What's up, everyone? Tera Roberts here with your free agency deep cuts for week 1. When the waivers start to thin out and options are dwindling, I've got your back with a list of players that are deeper waiver adds. Let's kick things off at the quarterback position with someone who I suspect won't be on waivers for very long, JAMEIS Winston. It's technically hard to find a deep waiver quarterback because there's only 32 of them starting, but let's go with it. It's easy to remember the infamous 33 touchdown, 30 interception season and think avoid JAMEIS Winston at all costs. But he was actually very usable that season for fantasy purposes. Even in games where he threw for multiple interceptions, the volume and touchdowns were so high that it really didn't matter. Sean Payton knows exactly how to get the best out of his quarterbacks, so expect good things for Winston. Next up, let's go to the running backs. Damien Williams is the first man who comes to mind for me. I'm a huge David Montgomery truther, so this is not to knock David Montgomery. It's to acknowledge that Chicago likes to lean on the run and isn't afraid to give extremely high volume to one back. Montgomery saw a huge snap count last season, 71%. And if Montgomery were to go down, it's Damien Williams that is currently the next man up, who would suddenly be in line to receive a significant amount of volume. The Patriots' backfield is also very interesting to me. The Patriots like to keep running backs within very specific roles. Damian Harris is the clear lead back and will get most of the work on the ground, but who will take over that pass catching out of the backfield? James White is still available in many leagues, despite the real possibility that he could resume a similar role to 2019 James White. You could take a gamble this week and snag White before Sunday's game against Miami. Moving on to the wide receivers, and we've got so much potential. Let's kick things off with Houston wide receiver Nico Collins. The talent is ample and the opportunity is there for Nico Collins to make an impact right away. Brandon Cooks is typically thought of as the wide receiver 1, now that Will Fuller is gone. Chris Conley is looking to contend within the offense as well, but neither Anthony Miller or recently signed Danny Amendola will realistically make a significant impact, leaving Nico Collins with the perfect opportunity to step up within the starting lineup. Another great option is Gabriel Davis. Between Davis, Emmanuel Sanders, and Cole Beasley, the pecking order could be very fluid throughout the season. Davis is young and could make a leap in his second season, building on a rookie season where he saw 62 targets, 599 yards, and 7 touchdowns. And it's never a bad idea to roster a guy who has Josh Allen throwing to him, especially in a game that's against Pittsburgh that could be very high scoring. And let's talk about one more receiver who is inexplicably low rostered in most leagues. Washington upgraded their wide receiver core, which definitely was lacking last season, drafting DYAMI Brown and adding multiple names in free agency. Perhaps it's that people think that Curtis Samuel has the clear wide receiver 2 role in that offense, but for me, I think Brown wins out as the season moves forward. And rostering the number 2 receiver in an offense led by Ryan Fitzpatrick is a good idea. Samuel has been trying very hard to recover from injury, but unfortunately landed on the IR this week, and it's very possible that Brown could make an immediate impact on the field. Wrapping things up, I've got one tight end for you, and his name is Tyler KROFT. Yes, the same Tyler KROFT who, besides one okay year in 2017, has been the definition of fantasy irrelevant. But here's the thing. Somehow, some way, he actually appears to be the tight end 1 for the Jets after they traded away Chris Herndon, and he actually looked pretty good during preseason with Zach Wilson. Stranger things have happened, so he just might be the tight end to add if waivers are running thin. Thank you for watching this week's free agency deep cuts. I'm Tera Roberts. Make sure to come back next week for another round of waiver wire ads.